साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः. For the tension, stress, depression, there are basically connected. We all know that basically connected. For tension எதிராட்டி வருது, stress எதிராட்டி வருது, depression எதிராட்டி வருது. இது ஒரு கொஸ்டின் எனக்கு ஒருத்தர் சீனியர் சிட்டிசனுக்கு இது வராது, யங்ஸ்டர்ஸுக்கு தான் வரும் அப்படின்ட்டு. என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் சீனியர் சிட்டிசன்ஸுக்கு நிறைய வருது, யங்ஸ்டர்ஸுக்கு குறைச்சி வரும். Because youngsters are enjoying their life more than what we think they are doing. இன்னைக்கு நம்மளுக்கு இங்கே இருக்கிற எல்லாருமே we are all here into a senior citizens home. How many of us have come voluntarily, happily? Is one question. Second, how many of us have come under certain compulsions? The second question. The third is, how many of us are forced into this situation? This is a deep and a personal question which cannot be answered individually here, and I would not like to ask that. But I am sure this will be there in the heart in most of you. இப்போ தமிழில் மனோவியாதிம்பா, இல்லை மனோபயம் அப்படிம்பா, இல்லை மனோபீதி இது எதிராட்டி வரும். இப்போ பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம், டாக்ஸ் டிடக்டட் சோர்ஸ் இருக்கு, அதே தான் இங்கேயும் வருது. இப்போ இன்கம் டேக்ஸ் ரிட்டர்ன் ஃபைல் பண்ணுறது எல்லாத்தையும் டிடிஎஸை கட் பண்ணிடுவோம், டிடிஎஸை கட் பண்ணிடுவோம். இந்த டிடிஎஸை கட் பண்ணுறதுல அட்லீஸ்ட் 60 to 70% ஆஃப் அவர் பென்ஷன் இஸ் ப்ராப்ளம். ஏன்னா சில இடத்துல கடைசியில் சிஏ சொல்லலாம், சார் ஒன்றுமே பே பண்ண வேண்டாம், டிடிஎஸ் எல்லாமே டேலி ஆகிடுது, லெட் அஸ் வெயிட் ஃபார் த ரிட்டர்ன்ஸ் டு பி ஃபைல்ட் அண்ட் see உங்களுக்கு எதே ரிட்டர்ன் அதே வந்ததே இன்கம் டேக்ஸில் யூ ஆர் ஹாப்பி அப்படின்னா வி ஆர் அவுட் ஆஃப் த டென்ஷன். அதே மாதிரி நம்மளோட லைஃப்பில் இருக்க டிடிஎஸ் ஆர் டிஎஸ்டி whichever way you take it, அப்படிதான் எழுதுங்க டிடிஎஸ் ஆர் டிஎஸ்டி, are we in a position to cut it at the root? பருமன் பாப்பாங்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு வாட்டி பார்க்க முடியுமா? Are we in a position to remove it when it comes to us? Now it is an individual process for each one of us. It is not a common. But let us go through the process. இன்னைக்கு நான் பேசுறது நம்மளுக்கு வரத்தை பற்றி இல்லை, அது எப்படி அதில் வெளியில் வர முடியுங்கிறத பற்றி தான் பேச போறேன். இப்போ as far as senior citizens are concerned, என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் there are only 5 or 6 points which may create a tension or stress inside us, which may lead us to depression and depression. First one is change in eating habits. Either it is excess eating or loss of appetite. The excess eating is not developed. Is it because that you have not seen anything and that you are eating more? No. It is because you do not know what is your next. So you continue to eat more than what you want to eat. The second part is same fear that I do not want to eat because I will fall into something serious. So you don't want to eat. Either way, the tension, but it is bad for our health. We have to be moderate in what you take so that our health is maintained. That is number one. Number two, mood swings due to general silence and economy. You think that he will call you on Sunday, he doesn't call you on Sunday. What happens to you? Between the son and the father, is the tension more for the son or tension is there for the father or the mother? The tension is for the father. Because we keep on thinking, you call me, you call me, this is what we are thinking. Why should you think about it? Why don't you think the other way around? Maybe he is busy. He is not able to call us. Let us give time for him to call. Even let us go back 70 years backwards or 100 years backwards. So, there are a lot of people who are elder people here. My father left the village somewhere in 1920 or 1920, I don't know when he left this village. Communication கூட கிடையாது. தாத்தாவே எங்கள் அப்பாவுக்கு என்ன கம்யூனிட்டி அவர் ஏதோ ஒரு லெட்டர் எழுதுவோம், அது எவ்வளோ தான் கேட்டு அந்த கிராமத்துக்கு அவருக்கு ஒரு லெட்டர் எழுது, அவர் போஸ்ட் கார்டு இருக்கிறாங்க, அது எப்போ வந்து எங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. That was the communication word, but it did not live happy. They lived happy. இன்னைக்கு கம்யூனிகேஷன் வந்து கையில் வச்சுட்டு ப்ராம்ப்டோ கம்யூனிகேஷன் வந்த அப்புறம் தான் நம்மளுக்கு இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ஆரம்பிச்சது. Why should we bother about it? He has not called, he has not called. He will call or does what. If there is a problem, emergency, he will definitely send a message as an emergency. You have got an emergency, you will send a message emergency. Then the next is fullness of places, names, things, poor judgment of various issues. எல்லாருக்கும் sometimes இங்கே கேட்டு விட்டு வெளில போகிறேன், எங்கே போகிறது தெரியாமல் கேட்டில் நிறுவனம் 5 நிமிஷம். I don't know how many of you are experiencing this. யாருக்கெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணால் கை தூக்குவோம். எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸே பண்ணதே கேட்டு விட்டு வெளில போகிறது இல்லைங்க. ஓகே, otherwise I forget. Sometimes I sit into the car, I forget why I sat into the car and where I am going to go. And after 2 minutes I recollect where I am going. Or I leave the car, the key inside the car and I walk out and then I say I left the key in the car. Or I come down to pick up my car, my car key is at the house, inside the lock. So this is with age it is coming through because I cannot come out of it. So what is forgetfulness of places, names and things? ஒன்று அதோட பேசிக்கிட்டே சட்டை ஞாபகம் மாட்டேங்குது, யார்கிட்ட பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம், ஆனால் ஞாபகம் மறந்து போச்சு, பேர் மறந்து போச்சு. And then later on we try to ask him, sir, I think I met you somewhere, what is your good name? யாருக்கும் வரதில்லை, எனக்கு தான் வரதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன், உங்களுக்கு வருது, வேறு யாருக்கும் வருது. So I can say everybody has got it. Nobody is raising their hand. Out of
அதெல்லாம் சின்ன வயசுல
then lack of concentration. This is a very big issue for all of us. ஒரு காரியம் பண்ண போனோம்னா பண்ண ஆரம்பிக்கச்சே இருக்கிற அந்த இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஆரம்பிச்சோட கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு ஸ்லாக் ஆகிடும். கம்ப்யூட்டர் உட்காரும், we want to do something, after 10 minutes we find that we are not able to do it. We sit to listen to the music, 10 minutes கழிச்சுனா we are not able to listen to, our mind is going somewhere, we are not able to concentrate on what we do. இதே 40 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி தான் 4 மணி நேரம் இதை பாட்டை போட்டு கேட்டுட்டு இருப்போம், we will be able to listen. But இன்னைக்கு 10 நிமிஷம் 5 நிமிஷம் ஆச்சுன்னா மாட்டேங்கிறது. நம்ம my mind is not allowing, my physical is not allowing, everything is going against me. So there is another problem that we are facing. Poor judgment on various things. இப்போ நம்ம பிள்ளைய நம்ம என்ன பாரு இந்த மாதிரி பண்ற, what is this அப்படின்னு, because our judgment is going wrong. இப்போ கார் ரோட கிராஸ் பண்ண போச்சே நம்மளுக்கு அந்த பழைய ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட் இல்லை, ரிஃப்ளெக்ஸ் இல்லை, நம்ம கிட்ட பயப்படுற கிராஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. பிகாஸ் அவர் we are thinking our judgment may go wrong. அதே மாதிரி ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டை வந்து நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணி பண்ணணும்னா முன்னாடி நம்ம எல்லோரும் we used to take a judgment. இன்னைக்கு 2 பேரை கன்சல்ட் பண்ணுறோம், சார் இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணலாமா, do you think it is the right thing at this age to do it? Why? Because we fear our own judgment, we are not able to judge. The other one is physical. Body aches, episodes of illness. உட்காந்தா உடம்பு வலிக்கிறது, கால் வலிக்கிறது, கை வலிக்கிறது, நடந்தாலும் உடம்புல வலி வந்து விடுறது. Episodes of illness has become very common to people. In the morning when you get up, there is something with you. Either you have got a headache, or you have got a pain in the stomach, or you have got a pain in the arm, or you feel that your nerves are stuck. You have to go to the doctor to get some medicines or whatever it is. It is a common thing. Third, sleeping pattern. It's a very big problem with seniors now. இப்போ வந்து யூஎஸ் டைம் சேஞ்சில் தான் ஸ்லீப்பிங் பேட்டர்ன் சேஞ்ச். இங்கே நம்மளுக்கு என்றைக்குமே ஸ்லீப்பிங் பேட்டர்ன் சேஞ்ச். ராத்திரி 10 மணிக்கு டெய்லி பண்ணுறோமோ, ஒரு நாளைக்கு 10 மணி நேரம் தூக்கமோ இல்லையா, 12 மணிக்கு உட்காந்துருக்கோம். என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம்? யூ டு நாட் நோ த நைட் வாட் வி கேன் டூ. ஸோ த ஈஸியஸ்ட் வே இஸ் டு ஸ்லீப் whenever you can sleep. You have to rest your body. There is nothing wrong. Some people can take a breakfast if they feel sleepy. Let them sleep for 1 hour. After that, let them sleep. Night okay, let them go to bed a bit late. What are we going to do? Going to bed at 9 o'clock. Do something useful at that time. But at the 9 மணிக்கு தான் நான் போவேன். 9 மணிக்கு நான் போயிட்டு உட்காந்துட்டு என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா தூக்கம் வராது ஒரு நாளைக்கு. You will be having up to 12:30, 1 o'clock, not knowing what you have to do. So instead of that, you try to break your sleep pattern change பண்ணிக்கோ. Sleep pattern change பண்ணாலே பாதி ப்ராப்ளம் நம்மளுக்கு சால்வ் ஆகும். Because the body gets the rest that it needs. So night or something you are reading. Your concentration more at that time is more. Then you sleep at 2 o'clock, you will still get up at 6 o'clock. Your body will not allow you to sleep more than that because you have slept in the day. But when I day right 2 hours, the whole day we try to avoid the sleep in the daytime. But night, yes, that's the problem we have got. So sleeping pattern. So basically, these are some of the main points. And the last one. I was in Bombay for 24 years and then I shifted here, which means it's a total transformation that I came here. It is an isolation from all my friends, it's an isolation from the place where I have been brought up and my family. But today what is my family? Me and my wife. My children are abroad. So I have to be with my wife will not be with me. We both understand what we are doing. Then the rest doesn't fall in place. The isolation from family and friends. Because I have developed in the last 2 years, I think I have developed nearly 200 friends within the colony. So if that be the case, then why bother about the friends that I developed? Because many friends in Bombay for me were on social friends. The social friends ends when I end my social activity. My business friends finishes off when I stop my business. So nobody is going to bother about Mr. Kumar anymore. It is only my school days friends with whom you had a contact, they will continue with you because shoulder to shoulder we have grown. That is the only thing. Whereas business contacts and your other contacts are not going to continue with you. Even if you call, they will say we are very busy at the moment. So, how many of you are feeling isolation from the family and friends here? Because you shifted into Mayurvandu, which is new to you. But we came here because we wanted more peace. Away from certain things which we have faced for so many years. So we have come here to see whether we can get away from that and be more peaceful here. Then the other problem is not able to socialize. In the problem, I find many people are not socializing. They are not here, I don't know, for whatever reason. They are not socializing. This is the place you have to socialize because the moment you sit at home doing nothing, you are only going to tedious. Nothing else. That is what will attack you immediately. But the moment you start socializing, coming in the morning for a walk, you have got games room, you have got carrom, you have got badminton, you have got people to jog. And then you are seeing so many faces now and then and you feel more energetic. But that is not happening with many. And later on you will find after 6 months that they feel depressed. They need somebody's help to take them through certain problems, which we are not able to solve for them because they are not coming out. Unless you come out with what you have got, you will not be able to solve the problem, they are not coming out. So that is the main thing in which we are all stuck. Or those who are not attending the meeting also. Okay, now we will see how to be out of it. These are the simple main causes. Now we will see how to get out of this. First, either I know or you know, only he knows. That is what I have written here. I did not say. What you said is right. I didn't want to use that word. I said, railway platform, LRT ticket, reserved compartment, yaroda compartment, another compartment, it is not even RAC. It is reserved ticket. Okay, so that fear of the unknown, what Sri Ramamurthy sir said, is right. That fear of the unknown is there. But I say, why fear it? We have lived our life. We have enjoyed our life. Now why fear it? It has to come to us. The day I was born, we know that the day I have to depart one day. So let us wait for that depart. Let us be happy that we depart in a very nice physical condition. This is all we can pray for. And we have got a lot of friends here, so we don't have to bother. There are people to take care of us. If anything happens, there are people to take care of us. Now, in my own case, the last 6 months, I think I have gone through a lot of problems, but I did not go into the tedious. I kept away because the moment I put my leg there, I know I will be dragged. September 30th, I think we are going through that steps. maybe another 2 weeks down the line, I should be away from it. Why bother about it? What are you ready now? You'll wait for the railway wagon to come to pick me up. So fear of the unknown, sir. That is how I have put it. Okay. Now
They are all sitting in the departure lounge. So yes, sir. Exactly the same thing. I said this because you are listing out the factors which cause tension, stress, and depression. Now you are giving us the solution. Thank you.
Okay, now the spiritual I am not going into any medical line or anything. இப்போ இங்கே நிறைய பேர் என்னோட நிறைய படிச்சிருக்கா, என்னுடைய பாகவதம் கீதையெல்லாம் நல்லாவே தெரியும் உங்க எல்லாருக்கும். பட் ஸ்டில் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் whatever I heard from Gita or whatever I read from Gita, I have taken certain stanzas from there. ஒன்று வந்து கர்மண்யேவாதிகரஸ்தே மாமலேஷு கதாச்சனः மா கர்மபலேகி துர்குர் மாத்தே சர்வோ சத்பவம். இது வந்து சிம்பிள் 2 lines. ஒரு விதையை தான் எல்லாத்தையும் பயிரிட முடியும். I can only sow a seed. The result of it is not in my hand. The 2 lines are simple as truly. I put the seed, I do not know what it is going to grow. இப்போ வந்து இது இன்னும் ஃபர்தராக போனதுன்னா my children are my seed. என்னோட லைஃப் முடிஞ்சு வந்தாச்சு. I have become a big tree now. My children are my seed. If they are already happy in what I have done, I should not bother about it anymore in my life. But if I keep to bother, then I am no one. I am going to have that tension all through my life. This is how I am looking at that Gita steps. இன்னொன்று வந்து திருமந்திரத்தில் வருது, திருமூலர் எழுது, ஆசையர் மீன்கள் ஈசனாயினும் ஆசையர் மீன்கள் ஆசை படபட ஆய் வருமாம் துன்பமும் ஆசை விடவிட ஆனந்தமாகும். சிம்பிள் தமிழ் எழுதிருக்காரு. The more you have the ஆசை படபட ஆய் வரும் துன்பம். That means the more you want is more sorrow that is going to follow you. And the more you give up, the more you give up, the more is the joy that is going to come. This is what he writes in Tirumala. So I think I have to talk some English and Hindi also for you. அப்போ காந்தியோடு சொல்றார், முயற்சி உலகில் நாம் அரசர், பயன் உலகில் கடவுள் ஒருவரே அரசர் புரிகிறார். That means I can only do what I can and leave it to somebody else to see how I am going to be carried in my life. I do not know what is my path. I am in front of you, but I do not know what is my next. Whatever I am doing today, I feel that I am doing something justified for all of you. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗೀತೆ ಭಜಹಾತಿ ಯಥಾ ಕಾಮ ಸರ್ವಾನ್ ಪಾತ್ರ ಮನೋಗತಾನ್ ஆத்மன்யமாத்மனா துஷடஹ சதீர் பிரதக் ததோசதி. அதாவது ஆசைகளை துறந்து ஆன்மாவுடன் ஒன்றுகிறானோ அவன் உள்மகிழ்ச்சியில் இருந்த சத்திய பிரஜன். The man who gets himself involved with his soul inside is the man who becomes the happiest. But that is exactly what we are not able to do. So let us try whether we can do it. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಂದು ದುಃಖೇಶ್ ಮನುರ್ವಿಘ್ನಃ ಸುಖೇಶು ವಿಘ್ನಸ್ಪೃಹ ಇತಃ பயக்ரோத ஸ்திதியில் முறியுச்சதி. துன்பம் இன்பம் ஆசைகள் எழாதவனாய் வெறுப்பு வெறுப்பு பயம் கோபம் இல்லாதவனாய் இருப்பவனே ஞானம் நிலை பெற்ற முனிவன் ஆகிறான். The man who gives up what you say happiness, the man who gives up his sorrow, the man who gives up his what do you call it, how can I explain this? Fear, his anger, is a man who becomes a Munivan, means a saint, who is away from everything and he becomes a saint. That means he becomes a very peaceful living man. The last one on that is Vihaya Kavanya Sarvan Momam Sati Nimpunaha Nirmavo Nirankara Sashanti Madhikachati. யார் எல்லா ஆசைகளையும் விட்டு பற்றில்லாத இருக்கிறானோ அவன் அமைதி அடைகிறான். The man who has given up all his requirements, gives up all the material requirements in his life, becomes the happiest man. It's known as a Brahmani life. It cannot cannot happen, but you must strive to do it. You must strive to do it. This is a simple example. There is a saying, "Aal paadi, aadai paadi." What does meaning? Aal paadi, aadai paadi.
It's a very light statement. In the worldly context, it's a very, very loose mention here. When you ask you personality-wise, you become good.
Why this was said? Because if you are, it's not that you have to be dressed elegantly. Even if you are dressed in the most nicest way, your personality charm gives you a positive energy into your body and not a negative energy into your body. Now suppose I don't shave for 4 days, I don't take a proper bath, and I just come and sit isolated, people will think that I am a sickly person. But the same thing my mind also says, you look bad. Then the tension comes in, what is wrong with me? Because mind is not working something. So if I don't do that, and if I am getting myself into a proper personality to myself, my own energy inside level will start improving. This is what we have to do. So why all these things? Because it adds to your personality, it gives you positive energy inside your body. The moment you don't add that positive energy, we are becoming susceptible to this devious. I'll come to you. In Tamil it says our body is full of air, that air will go out of any time. Well, if that be the case, then why are we attaching ourselves? You are in the material world, you have to live with the material but do not get attached to this material as best as possible. There is another saying of Kannadasan, who was a very great lyricist. Viduvare uravu, Veedivare manavi, Paaduvare pullai, Kadasivare yavu. Now this was written for a dead body being taken away from the house in the movie. But if you look at it in a very generalized way, it says that your relatives are only up to your house. The relation of your wife is only up to the streets. The relation of your son is only up to the forest. That is, Kaduvare Pradai inside it says that going into the burning path. But here I am going different, that up to the forest. Kadasi, that means till the end, who is going to come with you? You are on your own. That means if I am going to become a saint and I am going into the forest, leaving everything behind me, these three stops at a particular point. My son has stopped at the edge of the forest and say, goodbye, father. And once I go into the forest, I am on my own. We are living that life here. Understand? We are living that life here. Let us live our life as a saint. Let us enjoy our life as a saint. Why should we bother what is happening outside? Let them enjoy their life. Let us enjoy our life here. God has given everything to us. God has not deprived us of finance at least. So why should we bother? Let us live our life. Then it says, destiny is cast, it cannot be recast. It also says, what is to be is to be. Then it says, face your karma. You are destined to be what you are. Love all, give up ego, help others, peace will come to you. Finally, get involved, don't serve. That means if something is going on, let us go together and do it. Why sit alone and say, okay, somebody is doing, let us get away from it, keep ourselves. Then what happens? You are getting isolated. That is what we wrote, isolation. You are getting isolated. Now, let us go further into spiritualism. How to reduce our tedious. Now, this poor man is carrying 20 kilos. So he goes to his seat. He puts 10 kilos under the seat and he holds 10 kilos on his head. He thinks, according to that board, whatever is kept on the compartment is only charged and what he has kept on his head is not charged. So the BTR comes in. He says, why you have to pay for the balance 10 kilos? So he says, sir, I have put it under the seat, sir, only 10 kilos. Whereas sir, I have now 10 kilos. Well, that is not the meaning of that board. That board says, the moment you enter the compartment with 20 kilos, whether you hold it in your hand or put it on the compartment, you have to pay. that is what we say, leave the bucket to the Creator. He created you. He knows what to do with you. Why take that tension on your head? Leave it. Let it go. But finally, in all dharma, there is something which says, Tumhe Mata, Pita, Hum Tere Pada. In Tamil, there are a lot of songs on this. Sanskrit also it is there. We say that we are the children of God. They are Mata Pita, we are the children of God. So if they are Mata Pita and I am the children, then why I bother about it? I will leave it to them. Claim my heritage. My heritage says that he is going to take care of me. He has to take care of me because he created me. Now in this there is another story. I will go, I think Mama will also agree with this. A very small story. Shiva and Parvati. Shiva says that I have to go today to talk to the air here to see everybody has got what they wanted according to their karma, that has been delivered to them or whatever it is. So Parvati says go. But Parvati wanted to test Shiva whether he is doing his job properly or not. So what she does, she takes an ant, puts it inside a dabba, closes the dabba and gives it. So Shiva finishes his work, comes back tired. So Parvati asking, have you finished your job? Have you done justice today? He says, yes, to my knowledge I have done justice. I don't think I have deprived anybody. No, you have deprived one soul. You have not given food to that soul. He said, I don't think so. My chart says that I have completed. Then she opened that box, that box, and to her surprise, there is one small grain of rice inside that. So the Creator knows what to take care of us. So let us give the burden to the Creator. Let us follow our heritage and knowledge. Now, many of us are keeping and saying, maybe to everybody or to ourselves or inside our heart, says, life is not worth living anymore. Life is not worth living anymore. Life has no meaning. I think I am a burden. And why I am sitting. I think this is a very, very common thing that comes up in many people who are across 70 plus. But I am asking why we should have that feeling inside us. For what? Now, there's a psychiatrist known as Carl Jung, a Swiss psychologist. Now, he had said that all this problem today we are facing is because we forgot our Creator. We have gone so fast ahead that we totally forgot our Creator, that He is going to take care of us, but we keep on uttering this word time and again. Let us not use that word anymore. Why should we? We came here, we will stay here, and then we will go. Time will come and we have to go. Why say I have lost interest? Can we go tomorrow? Can I go today if I say I lost interest in this death? I don't want to give a lecture. Can somebody take me up? Nobody can take me. I have to go through that duty that for which I have been sent here today. So once the duty is over in this earth, only I will be taken away. So we are all playing a drama. Let us play our drama and go. Next is slow down your pace. We are all trying to race towards something, and in the process we attain something which we don't want. But what have we done? We have lost our energy running after that. Today what you need is already there. You have to give up what you have. Whatever you don't want, you have to give up. Keep only what you want. Be content with what you have got, you are happy. But the more you think of, I want to have this, I want to have this, I want to have this, you are racing yourself. By racing, what has happened? You have not gained anything. You are only losing. Let us not race. Let us be happy to what we have got. Now, there was a doctor, author, he's a British psychiatrist. Now he says, by running after all these things, what do you get? You only call for tension to come towards you, stress comes to you. Now, along with that tension and stress, what you are buying? You are buying asthma, you are buying abdominal diseases, you are buying migraine, you are buying BP problem, you are buying heart problems, you are buying epilepsy, you are buying insomnia, and on and on. So he said that why at all you should race and go towards the tension area? Forget it. Enjoy your life. Now don't you think we are doing it by trying to get something which we don't want? We are definitely going into what the doctor is saying. Why should we go for it? We have got everything. Inside this complex itself, we have got everything. Then why should we bother about it? Let the world run as it is. Adapt your positive habit. Doing certain things we should not do, we are buying all these problems on the top. So once you turn positive, your TTS will start slowing down. Now, let me wipe out everything from you. என்ன பார்க்குறது எல்லாரும்?
Black. Black.
Right.
I see a whiteboard with a small X.
You see a whiteboard with a cross. No. Anybody else?
Symbol of God. Symbol of God.
Yeah. Now, see our mind. The mind only concentrates on something which is there marked on a whiteboard. That is what is known as the negative force. That means our mind, when we start concentrating on something which is negative, will forget all the other positive around us. Now, like Gauri Shankar said, since he's from the military or from the army, he was able to say there's a whiteboard with a cross in the center. Now, if you take it in the other way around, reverse it, if you forget this entire area is positive for you. This is all the psychiatrists are saying. This is positive. It is coming in management courses also. When a sales meeting goes on and on a conference we are talking, we say why concentrate on the area where your competitor is very active. You concentrate on the area where your competitor, the whole world is open for you. So that is how we have to look into it. Why? Look into the cross. The cross, let it be there. Let the negative factor be there. Look for all the positive factors around you. And use that to your advantage. Let the negative be forgotten. Next is have a singing heart. Now, a small example. Last year, Chennai was undergoing heavy water shortage, or heaviest water shortage Chennai was undergoing. Corporation used to bring tankers from where they got that water. Nobody, they used to give in pails to all the people who were standing in the line. There were 2 people standing. So each were given half bucket of water only. Saying that today we don't have much water to give you, we can only give you half bucket of water. Come tomorrow again. One is lamenting, my God, I have been standing in the line for over 2 hours. I just got half a bucket of water. What am I going to do the whole day with this half bucket? It is as good as I have not got. I wasted my time. There's another man who is standing in the line. He says, I must thank God that at least after standing for 2-3 hours in the line, I at least got half a bucket of water. Then I will try to survive today with this half a bucket. I will go for another 1 bucket tomorrow morning. Now between the two, who is looking positive, who is looking negative? The man who says I will survive with this half bucket, I am thankful to God for that, is the man who is looking positive. The man who says, oh yeah, what I will do with this half a bucket, is a man who is only looking negative. The moment you go into negative, the first thing I am going to do is TD, that's what I am going to catch. I am not catching anything else. I think this is very prevalent in the north. I think Sir will agree with me on to that. Right, sir? Especially when you travel in the north, this you can hear in many places people chanting, saying that Dina Bandhu, Dina Nanda, Meri Tori Tere Hath. Because somebody created, he has to take care, he's taking care of me somewhere in some form. How he takes care, I do not know, but he does. Next is, do not anticipate troubles. Do not anticipate troubles. Says, there are, in our own community there are many people. I don't want to come down and fall down. I don't want to come down and fall down. Can anybody help them from not falling? ಆತ್ಮಗುಳಕಿ ಕೀಳಬೇಡ ಕೀಳಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಕೀಳಬೇಡ ಒಕ್ಕಾಂಡ್ರಕಚಿಯೇ ಕೀಳಬೇಡ. It can happen at any form. People will fall. When I say that I will not go out of the house, I am going to fall, has no meaning, because where the fall will take place, I do not know. It can be inside the house, or sitting in the chair, or even walking in the corridor, I can fall. So why don't you come down? If you have to fall on that day, let us fall. Why sit at home and not do it? Then what is happening? You are not giving that body the needed positive energy that it needs. You have not given. So you have gone into the negative mode again. Then of course, children going to school. Maybe one day the bus is coming late for 15 minutes, and mother has already made a whole world wake up. Calls after calls after calls saying that bus has not come, I do not know, accident was not taking place, you go and check, husband is given a call, father-in-law a call, mother-in-law a call, everybody is running around. And after 15 minutes the bus comes, the child is home, said, why you came late? Ma, we came, there was some traffic, some people were dancing on the road, I had the bus stop, we enjoyed the dancing and the matter is over. But what has happened in the 15 minutes is the tension has come down everybody in the family. And somebody who is about 80 years will be sitting with his head down. What happened to my grandson? So unnecessarily let us not try to create a fear factor. If it is going to happen, it has to happen. We will face it at that time. That is what we say. We will cross the bridge when it comes to. First of all, we must have faith in our Creator. Second is we must have faith in ourselves. That I am capable of doing this. My Lord is there to take care of me. Nothing will go wrong. This is what I should think as a prayer for myself. Now, there is a short story for this. Two people go on a boat journey. Unfortunately, there was a storm, and they get moved to a village. Not a village, I'm sorry, a small island. There is no habitat there. So they are looking around what to do, they don't know what to do. Then they try to build a small shack. And for a couple of days they are eating whatever they get from there. They try to eat and they try to survive. Then every day in the morning they will go towards the seashore. See if any boats are coming, any ships are coming, nothing is moving around. Again they come back, again next morning they do. It happens for a couple of weeks. One fine morning when they were sitting in the seashore, their shack got burnt out. How it got burnt out, don't ask me, but it got burnt out. The moment it got burnt out, when they came back, one man says, oh God, everything is gone, everything is lost, our house is also gone, now we do not know how to survive, there is no habitat here, I think you will bury me and I will bury you. This is what is going to happen at the end of the day. The other man says, no, don't worry. Everything will go well, we'll build one more shack. We'll wait for a couple of days, something will definitely happen possible. Next morning they are again back on the beach. And suddenly they find a boat with 4 people standing there. Then he says, from where you people have turned up? He said, yesterday when we were crossing, when my ship was crossing, we find smoke coming up from the island. And normally in the shipping world, if such a thing happens, we always say there is some SOS signal is being sent. So my captain said, you go and check up in this island if anything is wrong, if anybody needs help. So we have just come here and we found both of you. So the man who was negative oriented did not have the answer, whereas the other man said something positive will happen, has happened for him. That they were become and they were taken. So that means let us think always positive, let us not think negative, and let us develop faith in ourselves, let us develop faith in the Almighty. Then it says God's ways are also mysterious. Here again there is a very small story. A woman and child are staying alone, and one fine morning the property tax people are invading their house, saying that you are not paying the property tax for 2 years, so you have to vacate the house. She says, no, I am a regular payer, sir. He says, okay, you can show me the receipts what you have paid. She tries to locate the receipt, she is not getting. So the child says, Amma, what to do now? They will close out of the house, you don't have any receipt with you. He says, don't worry. Everything will happen according to what he has calculated. Suddenly one butterfly enters the house. The butterfly flying down comes near the sofa and then crawls beneath the sofa. The child is so much attracted towards the butterfly that it tells Amma, move that sofa, I want to see this butterfly, what it is doing under. The mother is pushing the sofa back and there she finds 3 pieces of paper. When she picks up those 3 papers of paper, she finds all the 3 receipts of property tax that she has paid. So she calls the bill collector, says, sir, here is the receipt. आपने बोला था पे नहीं किया था पेमेंट का receipt है. तो माता जी sorry, गलती मेरा हो गई, मैं ना. So that means a butterfly could have been the form of a Lord who came there to help a poor family. So to us also somebody is doing something which we are not able to perceive. He is doing good, but we are not able to perceive. So let us try to open our eyes and see what good he is doing for us and how he is doing it. Unity of all life. The inner meaning says, do not carry the tension after tension after tension in your head. It does not happen, it does not happen, forget it. Move forward. Now the moment you keep that particular one tension on your head and you move, the second tension comes on you, the third tension comes on you, then you will never be able to come out of that tension area at all. You are caught inside that web of the tension, takes you to the stress and you will drop into depression. Then the last one, help others and practice relaxation. So in our own community, practice relaxation. We have got our good friend, young man, 83, who won his medals also, playing badminton morning and evening. It's a form of relaxation. Now what you would have done if you were at home, sir? Not playing. Then,
காலையில் நான் அந்த பேட்மிண்டன் ஆடும்போது போயிட்டு இருந்தேன். இன்றைக்கி என்னுடைய டாபிக் வந்து டென்ஷன், ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் அண்ட் டிப்ரெஷன். நான் அது என்ன அவர்கிட்ட சொன்னேன்னா, we are all above 60, we don't have tension, we don't have stress, we have got a compromised mind, we have tolerated everything and also tolerating everything. So no, but this tension, stress and depression comes to youngsters, they do today erratically without having patience, without having இல்லை நமக்கு இருக்குது நான் பேச போகிறேன்னாரு. அதுதான் இப்போ கேட்டுருக்கேன். இதில் he said some troubles are there, leave it to creator. Don't expect troubles. இதெல்லாம் நம்ம பண்ணுறோம். வெதர் ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக முடியுமான்ட்டு ப்ராக்டிக்கலி ஐ எம் அண்டர்கோயிங் சம் ப்ராப்ளம். அது ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக முடியுமா? இல்லை நான் வந்து ஒன்று சொல்கிறேன் தப்பா இருக்கு. சொல்லுதல் யாவர்க்கும் எளிய, அறியவாம் சொல்லிய வண்ணம் செய்ய அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டார்.
Okay. Therefore, the last one is help others. The best way to keep is helping others. If you make others happy, you are getting happiness back. It's like throwing a ball, the ball will come back to you, but it comes with the positive energy. You are getting others helping you, and you will help them, and then life goes on. So life is help others, make others happy. By doing this, you be happy. And if you make the community happy, I think every one of us staying in the city will be very happy. And I don't think we have to think of any tension, depression, and anything. Like he says, who doesn't have problems in their house? I think there is a saying in Tamil, घर घर पे सीढ़ी है. Tamil में बोलते हैं, बिल्डिंग possibly. That means every house has got a staircase. हिंदी में बोलते हैं घर घर पे सीढ़ी है. Every house, every individual has got a problem. But how you surmount that problem and live is what makes you a man or a woman. This is what we have to face it. Now, you may say that Mr. Kumar talks for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, oh please karke chala gaya. That is not the way. I am going back into 1992 when Sringeri Shankaracharya came to Bombay, and whenever they leave the town, they give a last lecture. They call it Bhashan, Arul Bhashan. He spoke for 1 hour. After 1 hour, there were thousands of people sitting there and listening to him. After 1 hour, he says, I have spoken for 1.5 hours. How many of you have bothered to listen to it? I do not know. How many have bothered to take it on this chair and take it to that chair? I do not know. But out of this entire community, even one has understood what I have tried to say now, try to follow it. I am sure that change will slowly start building up. That is exactly, I think, we should all do. And if we can do it, I think we should be able to keep away these 3 items from our lifestyle till we board the railway wagon whenever it comes. And thanks for giving this opportunity, and if any questions are there, I would like to